Good morning, how are we all doing? Not done a stream for a while. Well, did I? I did another day, but yeah, it wasn't that long. So we've got a good hour here to talk about Bitcoin, crypto, anything you guys want to talk about, fire it in chat. Any questions, fire them in chat. If you're new here, make sure that you are subscribed and that you do like this video, and we will crack straight on once we get a few people in chat and have a look at this potential setup that could be playing out. If you watch last week's stream, I think I put this setup on then. So let's wait and see what goes on here. But like I say, I'll wait for a few to get in chat and then we'll crack on. Let me know where you're all from. Smash that like button, we'll get a few people in. Right, got a few people in now. Not a ton, but we'll start cracking anyway. We can catch up and redo over some stuff we got flying here, which is fucking gonna piss me off. So Bitcoin currently at 33,700. I had this set up in here for a while, probably about a week now. We had this impulse move up, and we spun around and we bounced off this mid-range here. So this is our EQ at around 35k region. And we dropped through that, and then I looked at this setup, 618 retracement, not quite made it. I mean, if you're looking at our wicks, we've not quite made it down, but it's there or thereabouts. So what I'm looking for now is a bounce up and target that region up here, or maybe even a little bit lower around these wicks, probably 37 to 38k. I think that's the next area which I'm looking to target. Back from the Gold Coast, got somewhere nice. I've got this in down northern England. How you doing, Bethern? So yeah, this is a potential setup I'm still looking for. This EQ hero is pretty much, I'll show you I've got this EQ. I've not shown you on the video before. So whenever you're looking for a range, you pick the higher range, which was this rejection here of 41,200. The lower of the range is that support there, 28,600. And then use this tool here. If you go into the long and short positions, go onto date and price range, and then you just drag it from the top, the lowest point to the highest point, and it gives you pretty much the bang center of that move. So that is a current EQ, and that's pretty much the area which we need to get back above. And 35k is a solid region for us to try and get back above. Looking at the hourly, as you can see, it is starting to show that we are now pushing up, starting to form a bit of an uptrend on this lower time frame. We've broken out of that, which you could say was a downtrend, and we are starting to break up now. So first area to target is this 35k region. I think once we do flip that to support again, we can really push on. But remember, it's a weekend. This might just be a little bit of a fake out this morning. It is rare to wake up on a Saturday though and have a green candle, which has just turned green on BTC really. It was down in the dumps, but the last few hourly candles have pushed it up nicely at a minute. So that's pretty much covered. That's the setup I'm looking for on BTC. I think we've got a pump incoming, but we just need to monitor this price. Like I say, it's weekend, we could instantly turn around and drop back down to 31k region and test this 786 level. Also, I want to show you this new chart setup I've got. So I'm testing out this. It's a market cipher, but it's like the Jippos version. If you go into indicators, into search view Manchu cipher B divergences. So this indicator at the bottom, it's shitloads of, if we just double click on it, you can see everything it's got. And it's got waves, it's got VWAPs, RSI and MFIs. It's got shitloads of stuff all combined to give you a good indication. So for example, with divergences here, you can see this bearish divergence here, and then we've got a red dot above it. That red dot there, if you'd have managed to open a short trade there, you'd have been laughing. I think the dots around the closer to the center is not as strong, but the larger, more prominent dots are usually good signals. Like if you look at this green one down here and this green one here, that was quite a prominent signal of a long in position. And then if you look here, we've had a green signal here. So to me, it's not as strong as the signals yet. I would prefer it to be like down here on this bottom range. but it is a fairly strong one, and I reckon we can start to push up and hopefully go and target that 35k region, which is that EQ, that mid-range. So testing that out for now, and I'll let you know how it goes. I will be logging this in my Discord server and Telegram, so if you're not in them, links are in the description of this video, so go ahead and join that and see what's going on. But yeah, so far I'm looking for that break to the upside, and let's see what goes on here. So that's Bitcoin pretty much covered. Still looking for a breakout above 35k, and that's that covered. What we're looking to next is, let's have a look at shorts actually. Yeah, they're still on the ground. Yeah, shorts. So if we did start to see a bit of a tick up in there, it would potentially show signs that we're going to drop, but yeah, it's not too bad. That we could do that, keep on trickling down. Alright, so look at ETH anyway. So we've had quite a strong buy signal there on the weekly time frame, sell signal there, sorry. So as you can see, weekly time frame, strong sell signal, end of that divergence, so that indicator is working perfect there. So if you look on the 4-hourly time frame, we had a bit of a buy signal there. So that to me would indicate a buy signal. This was the best buy signal here, and here. I've got any decent sell signals in the past. Yeah, we had some decent sell signals there with those divergences. So far, we're on a bullish signal here, but to me, it's not that strong yet. I think that was a strong one when we had that drop on that volume, and then bang, it popped straight back up. We had some bearish indicators appear, which led us to sell short term, but I think this is a decent indicator here. That potential buys are on show. We've been down and tested that 20k, that $2,000 region quite nicely. Let's see if we can push on. Morning MP. Thoughts on Swiss Borg adding XRP? More coins are better, to be honest, mate. I think more assets they get on board, and more assets people can earn yield from it. It's sound. Personally, I'm not a massive fan of XRP. Like I say on a previous video I did today, I said it was my first ever asset I bought, but I don't think they've developed much compared to other leading assets around. I think it's starting to drop behind. Even though they did create that solid network from the beginning, they've not really done much to advance on that tech, really. So I'm not a massive fan of it at the minute. And I think the old XRP army shit brought wasn't the best, was it? So looking at buying Ethereum, I reckon we've got a good potential buy on here. We could do with another green dot down this region to give us a bit more clarification, but so far that's looking alright. So ETH and BTC looking very, very similar. Buys, but not strong buy signals yet. Hopefully we get a nice strong buy signals soon. We've got some divergences down here. We need something like this, a nice bearish divergence, and then potential sell or buy signal coming through. But yeah, if you've got any questions regards to anything crypto or any price analysis, just fire them in chat and I'll get through them, because we're here for about an hour, so there's no rush. Fire some questions in chat and we'll just talk about pretty much anything. Talk about England winning tonight if you want, if there's any Scottish fans in. So I'll have a look at a few things anyway. We'll have a look at Greed and Fear Index, see what that's doing today. Up 24, still in extreme fear. Yesterday we dropped down, we went up to about 28 the other day. We did drop down to 24. But so far, still looking bearish. I've been topping up on alts for the last couple of weeks. I think I just had to zoom out earlier on. Like, we're looking at Zilliqa. I had a look at this on the, I think it was a weekly time frame. And I've bought some around this region, about 6-7 cents I think I bought them at. But that is just such a severe dump for no reason at all. So it's definitely worth me topping up. So I've topped up on Zilliqa. I've bought some more RSR. and I'm waiting. I've still got a few quid outside waiting to see what else I can buy. The big drop. Everyone seems to be predicting it, which means it's not going to happen. Exactly, mate. Anyone here buying whacked? Want that what John McAfee got tattooed on his arm? What bags are you aiming to top up on? Really my favourite bags, so let me just have a look on my my holdings. Is this in date? No, that's out of date. I think RSR I still want to top up more. I bought another 100k's worth yesterday. Not in dollars, 100k RSR. I still want to top up on more Zilliqa, and then I think I'd like some more Polkadot, but I want it back at $5 and it's not going back down there, is it? So I might buy some more Polkadot as well. I think that's got a solid use case, hasn't it? I mean, we got parachains coming this year, so I think I'm going to top up on that. No, I've not even looked. I didn't even know one came out, to be honest, mate. Whacked. So let's have a look at it anyway. Oh well, this is what we did a stream yesterday, and I was looking for this breakout, which has happened to an absolute T. That couldn't have happened any better. So we was looking for this breakout of a downtrend. We've actually broken out of a downtrend, and I was then saying, if we break out of this downtrend, I would then look for a potential long back on the retest of that downtrend. So that's exactly what it's done. Quite lucky that I've managed to fucking pull one out there. I've not traded it, but I was looking for a breakout and then a retest and then a push up, and so far it's pushing up. First target 2.9 cents, so if that materializes, then wow, that's a decent call. That I was looking for buys within this region, didn't quite make it, but yeah, I think that's looking good. Fingers crossed we can push up, and really for today's aim is to close above 2.5 cent. I think that's a good aim to go for. Any thoughts on Omi? No, not really, mate. I've never invested in it. I've never looked at it, to be honest. But RSR in terms of Satoshis, it's, what are we at, 70 sats? I was saying there's good potential buys down at 60 sats down here and this region here. I still think that BTC may go on a bit of a random run and pull alts down in terms of Satoshi pairs, which could bring us down to these two levels. So if you're looking for some orders on RSR, maybe target them from 60 down to 45-ish area. And if BTC does go on a run and starts pushing 45, 50k in the next couple of months, you might see alts getting some decent prices down here. Do you share Ash's view that we could see some bargain alts? He has orders as low as 12, for example. He's got orders down to $10, I think, actually. Personally, I can't, but you never know, mate. I think, like I say, BTC pairings might get wrecked, so you might pick some up there, but I can't see the dollar pairs going that low, to be honest. I mean, it's only $14 now, so it's not a million. Oh, it's $15 now, isn't it? It's not a million miles away off going to 12. So I mean, 12 was the bottom of that move there. Oh, it's a good chance, but at some point we are going to bounce up. For me, it's all eyes on BTC right now. Today's target for BTC for me is to close above this 35k region. But like I say, we do know it's weekend and it can be quite shit in terms of PA. Good evening from Ukraine. There we go. Another Scottish fan thinking they're fucking supporting someone else. Do one, Bobby. Do your mates know you do it Sunday? Do you think it's not something different for us would do in season? Yeah, a few do, mate. I've still yet to visit Australia. I need to get there at some point. Been to New Zealand boxing, but that's about it. I used to box for Army when I was a kid. Well, not a kid, when I was like 18 to 20. Went to New Zealand boxing, but we never ended up going across to Aussie, but I'll make a trip one day. Worth me putting in at 23 like it is now. Or 2 point, you know, about I was at 2.3. I mean, I've topped up yesterday. I bought a 2.2 around the 618. I thought I was a decent buy, to be honest. And I mean, long term, this has got so much legs to grow. Still early days. I mean, even if we just test all-time highs, you've got 11% up there, so that's fucking miles away as well. So yeah, I'd to be honest, mate, I'd just market buy if it goes lower. Keep some powder dry. England gonna do a business tonight. Yep, yeah, Bobby. England are gonna do a business tonight, mate. I'm particularly bullish on ETH and upcoming changes. Do you hold any? I hold ETH, but not much. I like 5 or something like that. Not many. We support Scotland, Andy. Fucking can't stand Scotland. Only because I've been scarred over the last 20 years I've been in military, because obviously I worked with Scottish all the time, and every time England play they seem to wear opposition's football tips, so now I'm a massive anti-Scotland fan. ESDL, bloody hell, let's have a look at that, shall we? Andy, did I get my nose broke while boxing? Probably about 6 times. That's why it's fucked if you look at it. ESDL currently at... That's what we're looking for last time, a breakout of a downtrend. It's actually had a breakout, currently at 14.5 cent. I mean, it's still on the floor. This is the area which we're more concerned about. If you look at this wick here, that was where we rejected, and then we flipped back to support. I think I was looking at that as potential bottom. We've not quite made it. That was at 9 cent. We bounced off 10 cent, so you would expect 10 cent to be the new base, but we broke up from that. I mean, if you're looking for buys, I think it's a solid buy compared to where we've been. Long-term growth on this though, so don't expect a quick buck. Here's a BTC breaking out on the 1 hour. Looks like it's having a good push at minute, doesn't it? There you go. Had a nice buy signal down here at 7 o'clock this morning. I had that divergence there. So if you bought there, might have been a decent breakout. If you're just joining stream now, I'm just testing out this indicator here. It does give some good signals. I mean, maybe not on the lower time frames. I'll have to check it out. But like, usually I've been finding a strong signal there, you'd expect a sell-off, but I didn't get one. If you look at that signal there, we got a really strong sell-off, so that one worked out. But I've found that buy signal there is quite good as well. Yeah, but I found if we were doing it on the higher time frames, like 4 hours plus, it seems to show decent signals. So if you're looking at this region here, 15th of June, we had quite a strong signal at the end of that divergence there, which was pretty much married up nicely, and then it dropped loads, didn't it? If we look at that from that price around there, I mean, 28% drop with no leverage there. Imagine if you put like a 2 or 3x on it. BTC pumping. So that buy signal there is looking okay at the minute, isn't it? I mean, let's see how that materialises, because I know it's only a bit of a pump now, which is very rare on a Saturday morning. So let's see if that continues to go up. Well, Saturday morning, it's half of you from Oz, aren't you? So it'll be Saturday evening. But in UK, usually Saturday morning starts off absolutely shite. But so far, so good. Let's see if we can continue this up. And where's BTC? 34,200. Wow. Let's see if we can push up there to this EQ range and get above 35k. If we can get above that today, might be okay Sunday. Might not have a bloodbath, but that's the setup so far. Looking okay. Kent, any possibility BTC will drop this weekend? Always run that possibility, don't we? But as you can see, this latest candle forming is quite nice. If it takes out this candle here, in that wick, then that'll be bullish. That'll be a bullish engulfing candle if it takes that out, and then we can target that 35k range. Stock to flow model, let's see if we get a big fucking wick up here. If you look at the previous 3 bull cycles that we've had, massive peak in 2017, massive peak 2013, massive peak 2011, we are due a massive peak. If you think that's the top, I know these models aren't the most accurate, but if you think that's the top, I think you've got something else coming. I think we're going to create a nice big spike up here somewhere, maybe late December, maybe through to maybe even up to March next year. So let's see how that goes. Maybe even longer. Everyone calling 20k. Don't listen to them, mate. If you're looking at fucking Twitter and every man and his dog's bearish, for me, I think we're still part of a good cycle. We've had a big pullback, yeah. I've had a good pullback, but that's what happens. I mean, I wouldn't sell. Only reason I would sell some of my coins is if we drop below this middle range, 28,800. And then if we did drop below, all we'll be doing is selling to buy back in lower at this range, maybe 26, 24 range, but I can't see us going back down to 20k. Everyone seems to think we're going to go back down and test the previous all-time highs. I don't understand why, to be honest. But I'm not a big fan of that. I'm just holding now. I've been topping up on alts, so let's see how that goes. I've always, like, from whenever I joined crypto, and I've learned that whenever that greed and fear index is low and people are selling up, that's when I'm buying. BTC's having a nice push here. Shall we do a martini guy and watch on the minute time frame? It's pumping. There's a nice candle. So we've took out that candle there now. So that's a bullish engulfing candle, which is very nice. Do you hold VRA? No, I don't, mate. Music's a bit fucked. What am I looking at? ADA. I didn't get quite a severe dump as a lot of other alts just did it. %63%. Very wicky that on the weekly, ain't it? I don't think it knows what it wants to do. Daily. So I'll look it on here. So it seems like we've broken out of that downtrend, really, haven't we? I mean, that was the downtrend there. Wick there, wick. We've broken out of that downtrend now. For our time frame, we've just got a bullish signal here on that dot. So look on the daily first. Yeah, we had a strong signal down here, so that could be good sign that we've got a potential run on the go. Looking at 4 hour. Let's have a look for some quick buys. I think what we did was same as RSR, haven't we? With so we've come up here, we've broken out of that downtrend, we've retested it, and now we are pushing on. So if you're looking for some buys, you really have to drop down to it hourly and analyze this latest move. What's going on there? So far so good, it's pushing up, but if you're looking for buys, I'd still, you know, markets can be quite volatile, so maybe target some buys anywhere from 135 down to 130. Within that range, I think it could be a decent area for some buys, to be honest. The music is back, mate. Porn music. Bitcoin really doesn't want to go below 30k. This is either 2018 where it fell off a cliff down to 6k. I think it's a base to spring back up, to be honest, mate. Do you think it's safe to hold small caps a minute? Do you think it's safe to hold small cap, low caps? Yeah. Good times to buy low caps, to be honest. They don't move as much as the bigger ones, so they're not as impacted by Bitcoin as much. Is that market cipher? No, it's not. It's very similar. It's like a knockoff version that this dude added. It's called I'm just testing this out because I might have a look into that market cipher, but it's Vu Manchu Cipher B plus divergences. It's very similar. It's like somebody's copied him basically, but I'm just testing it out, see what's going on with it. I think it works in the same way, but probably not as advanced. Polka dot. I'll look at that for a nice hourly candle for me. I think they're pretty much Bitcoin. We do know that Bitcoin rules the market, and whatever that's doing, it's pulling the rest of the market up with it here, isn't it? I mean, don't really look on my hourly, do we, though? So if you're looking at this entire move, we lost that 618 level, we dropped down to 1462, formed a base there, and then we started to push on, so that's not really much use for that. If you're looking for some targets, so the first area to look at targeting is breaking through this here, this $17 region. I think if we do flip that to support, then things could be okay, but if you're looking for some buys, maybe if we just have a quick look on the hourly here. What a candle forming there. Maybe if we do get a pullback, maybe look down at $14.95, $15 region. Could be a decent area for you to place some buy orders. Bought some more AD at 129. Nice, mate. What lager will I be smashing tonight? San Miguel, probably. Think I've got a box in the fridge. I'll stick to other chart. What do you reckon? Darker chart or lighter chart? Is there anything else I need to look at today before we go into some questions? Let's have a look. This is a 10-second time frame, so don't take this too much to heart, this one, but I can see we're pushing up nicely. Drowning your sorrows. I think the Scottish on it one's drowning my sorrows, aren't they? Up-to-date Bitcoin price, please. What do you mean? Where's it going? It's looking good so far. We've had a nice bullish indicator down here. First area to target is this one here at 35,530. Decent level for us to target here. Need to try and flip that back to support because that is the middle of that range. I'll tell you what we will put on. So that's the central line there, which we need to get above, which is bang on $35,000. The other one was slightly off, so that is the first area for us to break through. I think if we do break through that and flip that to support, we'll probably get something a little bit like this. So I'm looking for a break up, probably a retest of this, and then a slow move back up to 41k towards the end of the month, I think. But who knows, the market is crazy, so we might just get up here. We might come up here now, reject off this and come back down and test this region and come back up, and it's just whatever happens in it. I mean, it's a boring market. I mean, this is just accumulation zone. People, or should I say whales, accumulating as much as they can, and those little people with not so big bags as all these multi-billionaires just have to hold tight and buy the lows. I've been buying the lows recently, so I've been buying most of my alts. I mean, most of my alts, say all my favourite alts I've been topping up on. If we do drop lower, shit happens, I'll just buy some more lower, but just make sure you always keep some tether on side free. Top 3 coins for July. Well, I think RSR has been way oversold. I think VeChain's been way oversold. If you're looking at VeChain, one stage we had a 81% drop for no fundamental reason at all. So I think that I think VeChain's a good buy, to be honest. So and Zilliqa, that's done not a significant drop, but RSR and VeChain definitely. I'm not too sure, to be honest, mate. Definitely those two though. I try to explain to my dad that I'm not wiped out and that he shouldn't believe what he hears. Yeah. People pay too much attention to fucking crypto and the media, don't they? Gus Johnson, new retailer that's buying. Yeah, it won't surprise me, to be honest. Retail don't usually buy on a weekend, like. Usually buy it through the week, through correct ways, not on a weekend. I'm not sure if I've missed out any questions there. Half hour, I think this pump will go. 35k probably initially. It's not a million miles off there now, is it? It will definitely test this region. We might get a rejection from here at 35,000-ish, and then we'll see. It's looking good so far though. Nice to wake up to a bit of fucking greeny for once. Right hand side starting to look a little bit better. Watch list is getting So look at Bitcoin dominance. Ignore all these lines, my charts aren't usually like this. I'm still looking for a bit of a scenario like this from Bitcoin. I think that it's going to at some point have a big pump and wipe some dominance back into the market, but so far everything's coming up with it. I think maybe a test of it. I've got this level marked up here and this level here. I think I might test there. 52% is a good region for that to aim for. If BTC does push up there, BTC pair is going to be a bit shitty on alts, so that could be a good time to top up. What's a good place to set buy orders on BTC right now? You have to go into lower time frames, Mill. I mean, we could reject. Look at 61% retracement to pretty much a T there. I mean, you couldn't get any more accurate on that move, could you? That's why that's set up on the chart. Major push to the upside, 61% retracement and then push up. If you're looking for buys, I think you'd have to go down to the lower target. I mean, what are we now? 34,500. I think you're better off waiting to see if we break through this. If we break through 35k and turn that to support, and 35k could be a good buy. But if we hit 35k and reject, monitor that, because we could come back down to these levels around here at 31k. So very indecisive times. I mean, for me, I'd just wait out and see if we see what happens at this next level of resistance here at 35k. So sit on your hands, mate. Still interested in Matic. When it goes, it tends to pump hard. It usually does, doesn't it? I mean, well, over the course of the last 6 months it has. Previous to that, it's not. I've got Matic on here somewhere. So I've got the same setup here that we're looking at. So RSR did this. It broke out of that downtrend. And then come back to retest it. So I'm looking for that potentially to happen here. I'm looking for Matic to break out the downtrend, which it's testing at a minute. It's testing it now. If it does break out of here, maybe just move this a bit across. Maybe something like that. I know it's a bit sharp, that curve, but if you're looking for potential buys, wait for a breakout. Never buy the breakout, wait for it to break out, then retest, and then push on from there. But let's see if we can, let's get rid of that. Let's see if we can break out of here. It's been a tough one to crack. Been a downtrend since pretty much, we had that massive V-shaped recovery from that dump, didn't we? I think it was about 250% or something daft like that. 230. So yeah, it did a massive V-shaped recovery, but then gradual sell-off, and it's looked quite nasty, hasn't it? I mean, we're down at 112 now. Could be a good buy, couldn't it? But maybe wait to see if it breaks out. If we reject off here again, we're coming down to here at 92 cent. So monitor that now on the, maybe monitor it on the hourly or the 4 hourly, and see if we do reject. If not, and if we break through, then we're going to start pushing up and eventually drop out of that downtrend. Here you can see we had a buy indicator here, up here, so that could be a good sign that we're going to potentially break out. Wyckoff accumulation, never really look into that, to be honest, mate. It has played out. I think Martini guy's been banging on about it, hasn't he? A few people have been banging on about it. But to be honest, I'm not really interested in patterns and all that shite. I just like to trade price. 1 inch. Not much going on there really. It's seeming fairly quiet. Buys, I'd still target buys down at $2. Pretty much on my nose, could be a decent area. Need to really flip that EQ level at $3.10 to support, and then we can really start to regain some ground. But so far, accumulation zone. I'd ignore that wick there, or a bit of a divergence. Just range bound, isn't it? Would say it's a downtrend here, but that pretty much invalidates it. Yeah, I mean it's going sideways, isn't it? If you're looking to buy it now. I think it's QNT price. Oh, is that conference this morning with Musk? I'm probably not looking forward to watching that shite. Musk is fucking annoying, isn't he? Look at a wick there on Quant. I've not got a chart up on last time, have I? It's going up to test those all-time highs again. Up at $97. Actually been up to 94 today. So that's had a major pump, hasn't it? I mean, how many times do I need to bang on about a 618? Look at that. Major move to upside. 61% retracement. 3-time taps. Bang, straight up. I mean, that golden ratio Fibonacci level is just fucking king, isn't it? But if that's going to go up and target on all-time highs very soon. Can you look at Plutus? Doesn't seem to move with BTC. That's because nobody's buying it in the BTC pairing, mate. Pretty much zero volume. As you can see by the weird looking wicks, it just shows that there's a severe lack of volume. I'll tell you how much volume there is actually. Let's have a look. So on that BTC pair on Hit BTC, $408. Probit Global, $7,000. It's not enough data, that really, is it? I mean, that's absolutely diddly squit volume, so you're not going to see any price action on that at all. You can't really even chart that, to be honest. Umbrella, I've never looked at. I think I looked at it in price analysis on another stream other day, mate, but in terms of PA, not looked at it, so I can't really say. Right, any more projects? I'll do another 10 minutes and we'll sack it off here. Gian, Viva Italia. BTT. Look at BitTorrent. 87% drop. It looks like it's bouncing though, doesn't it? I mean, if you're looking at that region there where we bounced off. That is a demand zone. Area of liquidity, wicks, and then that which was resistance is now support. So that is the bottom. I think it's time to push on in terms of he's flying here, he's doing my head in. Maybe if you're looking for some buys, you might get some down at 0.0022, but let's see, it's pushing up nicely now. Maybe buys at 0.0242. Zilica. I bought some more Zilica over there. This area that we hit here was a nice area of support last time. So that shows to me that that is the liquidity area where we've picked up some decent price. I didn't get any at 6.2 cent. I managed to get mine at about 6 point something. So let's look at some 4 hour. Maybe if we do get a bit of a spin around here, we have got a spin around. I mean, if we're looking at this in terms of, we've popped up, done a 50% retracement, and we're pushing on now. So really, let's see if we can get to this area, 8.9 cent, and we may reject off that. If we don't reject, flip that to support, then you could look at buys within that range. I mean, you could easily market buy now and get a cheaper rate, but you need to wait to see if we actually reject off this area or push on. If we do push on, first area to target is 7.9 and 10 cent. I think that's a good area to target around there. Shubham, you've said the same message about 20 times. And I'll have a look at Chili's and we'll call this stream a day because I've got a busy day today. And England are playing. So Chili's. I actually bought some Chili's. Where did I buy it? I think it was up here somewhere actually. About 30 cent. We had a major drop, but I'm holding this long term. I thought that was undervalued there, to be honest. We got a major drop to the downside, but nothing to worry about so far. It's starting to push back up now, isn't it? I mean, if you're looking for buys, I'd still target this range around here at 22 cent. Currently at 24, so it's not a million miles away. So see if you can get some in there. So yeah, that's going to do it for today. Anyway, guys, let's just quickly check BTC before we finish up. Getting a slight rejection here, but obviously first target is 35k. I'll try and get another stream tomorrow, depending how many beers I have tonight. But yeah, thanks everybody tuning in, really appreciate it. Hope we all have a good weekend, and I will catch you next time.